Remember offices, those bustling hubs of activity where we spent most of our waking hours? Yeah, those big buildings where we used to pretend to work before the robots took over. Just kidding. Mostly. But now they're eerily quiet, almost like a scene from a post-apocalyptic movie. But seriously, with everyone working from home in their pajamas, those office buildings are looking emptier than a politician's promise. The once vibrant spaces are now ghost towns. And you know what empty buildings mean? Less rent money for landlords. They're feeling the pinch as their revenue streams dry up. Fewer people buying overpriced coffee in the lobby. Those small businesses that thrived on office workers are now struggling to stay afloat. It's an economic crisis, people. The ripple effects are being felt far and wide. Okay, maybe not a full-blown crisis, but it's definitely putting a dent in some wallets. Property owners and investors are scrambling to make ends meet, especially when it comes to property taxes. These taxes are a significant burden when the buildings are not generating income. See, those taxes are based on how much a building is worth, and let's just say an empty building ain't exactly going for top dollar these days. The value plummets, but the tax bills remain high. It's like trying to sell a Betamax player in 2024. Good luck with that. The market just isn't there. But hey, don't despair just yet. There are still options available. There's a way to fight back against these sky-high taxes. It's called a property tax appeal, and it can make a big difference. It's called a property tax appeal, and it's like suing the government, but with less chance of getting abducted by the FBI. Probably. So if you're feeling the squeeze, it might be time to consider this option. All right, let's talk taxes, baby. Don't worry, we'll keep it simple. Basically, property taxes are how your local government squeezes money out of, funds essential services like schools, roads, and those weird public statues no one asked for. They figure out how much to charge you based on what they think your property is worth. Now, this is where things get interesting. They call this the assessed value, and it's not always accurate. Shocking, I know. They use all sorts of fancy formulas and algorithms, but at the end of the day, it's still just a bunch of bureaucrats guessing how much your building is worth. And let's be real, government employees aren't exactly known for their real estate expertise. Remember when we all thought remote work was just a fad? Pepperidge Farm remembers. But here we are, years later, and the office apocalypse is upon us. Okay, maybe not an apocalypse, but definitely a slow, uncomfortable decline. See, it turns out people actually like working from home. Who knew? No more soul-crushing commutes, no more awkward office small talk, and you can finally wear sweatpants to work without judgment. But all this newfound freedom comes at a price. A price paid by office building owners, that is. With fewer companies needing office space, demand has plummeted, and so have rental rates. So, you've got this big, beautiful office building, but nobody wants to work there anymore. It's like trying to rent out a timeshare in Chernobyl. Not exactly a hot commodity. And as your vacancy rates climb higher than Snoop Dogg at a Willie Nelson concert, your rental income takes a nosedive. But wait, it gets worse. Remember those property taxes we talked about? Yeah, they don't care if your building is empty. The government still expects you to pay up, even if your tenants have traded in their cubicles for their couches. It's enough to make you want to join those folks working from home in their pajamas. Section 5. Fighting back. The property tax appeal. All right, enough with the doom and gloom. It's time to channel your inner warrior and fight back against these unfair property taxes. And how do we do that? With the power of bureaucracy. That's right, we're talking about the property tax appeal. It's your chance to go toe-to-toe with the government and prove that your building isn't worth as much as they think it is. Think of it like an episode of Judge Judy. But instead of fighting over a broken washing machine, you're fighting for your financial future. Now, we're not gonna lie, the appeal process can be a bit daunting. But don't worry, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Section 6. Step-by-step, navigating the appeal process. Okay, gladiators, here's your game plan. It's time to gear up and get ready for battle. Step 1. Check your local deadlines. Mark them on your calendar, set reminders, and make sure you know exactly when everything is due. Just like your ex, the government loves a good deadline, so don't miss it. Missing a deadline can mean the end of your appeal before it even starts. Step 2. Gather your evidence. This is crucial. The more solid evidence you have, the stronger your case will be. This is where you build your case, people. Collaborate with your team, review every document, and leave no stone unturned. Get your hands on any documents that prove your building isn't worth as much as they say it is. Financial records, property valuations, rental and occupancy rates, everything counts. Think low occupancy rates, comparable properties selling for less, maybe even a few strategically placed cobwebs. Show that your property isn't the gold mine they think it is. Step 3. File your appeal. This is where you officially start the process. This is the easy part. Just fill out some forms, pay a small fee, because the government never misses a chance to take your money, and voila, you're in the system. Just fill out some forms, pay a small fee, because the government never misses a chance to take your money, and voila, you're officially in the ring. You're officially in the ring. Now, it's time to get serious. Step 4, prepare for your hearing. This is where you make your case in front of the decision makers. This is your time to shine. Practice your arguments, gather your witnesses, ideally people who aren't your drinking buddies, and dress to impress, because appearances matter, even when you're dealing with the government. Practice your arguments, gather your witnesses, ideally people who aren't your drinking buddies, and dress to impress, because appearances matter, even when you're dealing with the government. Step 5. Win. Okay, this step is a bit more aspirational, but hey, a little positivity never hurt anyone. Believe in your case, present it confidently, and aim for success. Good luck. Section 7. Winning the appeal, what you stand to gain. So, you've survived the property tax appeal process. Congratulations! Now, let's talk rewards. First and foremost, you could see a significant reduction in your property taxes. We're talking potentially thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of dollars back in your pocket. Think of all the avocado toast you could buy, or perhaps reinvest that money into your business or personal ventures. But the benefits don't stop there. A successful appeal can also increase the value of your property. After all, who wouldn't want to buy a building with lower taxes? It makes your property more attractive to potential buyers. It's like finding a unicorn that poops gold, rare and highly valuable. This added value can be a game changer. And finally, winning your appeal sends a message to the government. It tells them that you're not afraid to stand up for your rights and that you're not going to take their inflated property assessments lying down. This act of standing up can inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect for fairer assessments. Section 8. Real-world relief. Examples of successful appeals. Don't just take our word for it. Check out these real-life heroes who conquered the property tax appeal beast. There's Bob from accounting, who proved his office building was overvalued because the ghost of a former tenant kept scaring away potential renters. And then there's Susan, the office manager who single-handedly convinced the tax assessor that her building's low occupancy rate was due to a rogue pigeon infestation, not the decline of in-person work. These brave souls are an inspiration to us all. Their stories prove that even the little guy, or gal, can take on the government and win. So, if you're thinking about appealing your property taxes, don't let fear hold you back. Section 9. Take action. Don't let high taxes drain your profits. Listen up, property owners. The time for complacency is over. The government's coming for your hard-earned money, and they're not afraid to use inflated property taxes to get it. But don't despair. You have the power to fight back. Arm yourself with knowledge, gather your evidence, and channel your inner warrior. The property tax appeal process may seem daunting, but with a little preparation and a lot of chutzpah, you can emerge victorious. So, what are you waiting for? Get out there and fight for your right to pay lower taxes. Your bank account will thank you for it.